Hello and welcome to The Voice of Iron, and in this session, we'll be reading Dreams of Rain, Tape 8. I drove down the main way faster than I ever had before, ignoring the looks of shock on my neighbors' faces. I quickly grabbed the radio and called to get out as I sped around another corner. "Sunset Station, this is Blue One. I'm in a hurry today, I need to get out," I said, disregarding my typical formal tone. "I'm sorry, Blue One, but I can't let you do that. Security says you've got a warrant for your arrest. Please return to your..." I shut off the radio as I approached the front, growling as I saw the exit airlock closed, but grinning as my eyes switched to the entrance airlock, letting another Astro car in. I pushed the throttle to maximum as the entrance began to close, hearing alarms begin to ring above it, around the security rooms. As it was nearly shut, I maneuvered just between the two sides of the closing door and sped towards the external entrance. The entrance's default position was open when the airlock to the inside was closed in order to facilitate more vehicles coming in, and to change that, they'd need to override it manually. Unfortunately for them, they hadn't expected me to zip out of the entranceway, and so, when the outer door began to open automatically, I was able to pop out of Sunset Station, just in time to see 3 Astrus patrol Astro cars hovering outside. I wasted no time. Blasting my maneuvering jets and swinging her around, I rocketed my way towards the slipstream in the hopes that I could lose them. I knew the slipstream better than anyone near Sunset Station, and with all the countless hours I'd spent flying through them just for a thrill, I was confident I could outfly anyone in it. As I saw the patrol cars flying up behind, lights blaring, I punched my main thruster, flying around the back of the station and into its gravity well, setting off 2 quick bursts from the forward jets to correct my course. I shot deeper into the stream, maintaining my speed and watching with relief as the patrol cars had to slow down to safely move. Bobbing and weaving between debris and gravity wells, I slingshotted and twisted my way in the direction of Station 237, nervously checking Blue One's instruments. I normally took her at a better pace than this, but I couldn't risk slowing in the slightest. As I heard her engines whine with the strain, I myself was wrestling with the emotions of this whole situation. Excitement for leaving, anger for the betrayal, sadness for the tarnished friendship, nervousness for what lay ahead. Concepts that would have normally left me pondering for hours at a time on one of my night drives, and yet I didn't even have a second to process them beyond the surface level, as 2 more patrol cars pulled into the edge of the stream ahead of the initial 3. I bit my lip in concentration, muttering a quiet apology to Blue One as I targeted Station 237, aiming to fly about 5 feet off of the wall. My knuckles whitened as I reached the station and felt the hull rock from the gravity of the station, trying to ride the wall until I could slingshot straight through to the star lane ahead. Getting closer, I saw more lights approaching, and as 2 more cars appeared in the star lane proper, they were shocked to see my Astro truck blow over them outside of the octagons. I turned nav to aim me over star lane 3 towards the southern colonial edge. I had to get far enough from the Argon cloud to make a straight line to Geu as fast as possible. I looked at my fuel with a desperate whimper, seeing it at half full. I could make it, but it would leave next to no fuel left for Geu. "Blast it! Blast it! Blast it! Blast it!" I shouted, screaming more at myself than anything else, slapping the steering controls as I did so. I was so unprepared. I'd planned to do this a week from now. I had planned to bring along extra fuel, to pack more energy reserves, to retest the power system. I wasn't ready. And now, I had at least 8 patrol cars on my tail, chasing me southbound, outside of Star Lane 3. The onlookers in the lane must have seen quite the sight. Just being outside of a star lane in the middle of colony space was a criminal offense, and here I was, chased by the company that wanted their slave back. Something about the thought of being shipped off to an Astrus work program filled me with determination, and I pushed my thrusters to maximum, throwing fuel caution to the wind. I already had tons of inertia, but at this velocity, those patrol cars couldn't possibly hope to catch up to me. As I watched them slowly fade behind me, I thought I would be safe. I had about 4 minutes at this rate of acceleration before I hit the southernmost colonial edge, and then I'd be free. I turned the radio back on in case they got too close again, before reaching back and grabbing the bridge tape. This was now or never, I thought, as I opened the rigged bridge nav console and inserted the tape. I heard it whirring to life as the initial adjustments portion of the tape ran its course. I watched as the brightest star on the horizon became clearer and clearer, obscured by less and less of the nebula. Soon, it'd be in sight, but not before another light caught my eye dead ahead. I was just starting to wonder what it was when I went pale as the radio came to life. This is Astrus Defense Force S3 contacting Blue 1. We know your plans and have a blockade in place. Respond. Begin decelerating immediately and surrender your vehicle. Fail to comply and we will disable your vessel. No. No. I muttered to myself as the vast grid of ships came into view. No, I repeated, as beads of sweat began to form on my forehead, and my breaths became short. I didn't respond as they repeated the message, nor did I slow down, as I saw the GU star come so close to being in range. So close! I heard the tape stop as the initial setup completed, and the bridge drive was ready to go. I angled myself towards the star in the distance, ignoring the orders on the radio, trying to tune out the ships speeding towards me from both sides, and gritting my teeth as a blue beam of energy flew past my stern. Probably a warning shot. I had to jump now. I aimed her forward sensors ahead, and as fast as I could, flipped all the safety switches on the bridge console before slamming my hand on the button to go. I felt the system begin to activate, watched the nav screen begin to generate the tunnel as the drive started to form the spatial envelope around Blue 1. My heart was pounding, my eyes wide, and I couldn't help but chant to Blue 1, "Come on, baby, come on." I could see the star in the nav reticle, the tunnel nearly formed, the envelope complete, as the neon lights of the city lit my back and the screen illuminated my face. Before everything went dead. Everything. The screen went dead. The gauges, the dials, every light in the cabin went out. I froze, letting out a short, pained laugh. No, what happened? No. Looking out back, I saw the faint fade of a blue beam from one of the larger Astrus ships as it drew closer. It was slowing me down gradually. It must have used an EMAG disruptor beam. All my electronics would be powerless for the next hour at best. Might have even fried a few things. But as it drew closer, I'd expected to feel something different. Something visceral. Maybe I expected to burst into tears, or maybe I expected to punch through the now useless console. I don't know what I felt. I only know that I was silent. I was silent when they stopped Blue 1 completely. I was silent when they pulled me into a capture craft. I was silent when they pulled me out of Blue 1 and slapped restraints on my wrists. And as they dragged me off into the temporary holding cell, I walked calm as the night itself, without a single word. That concludes today's reading, and thank you for listening to my voice.